Second, it is wrong to suppose that a person with a vested interest is necessarily an unreliable witness. So, you're a bank teller at a bank. It gets robbed. You're handing over the cash, and the guy beats feet out of there, and the cops come up to you and go, "Oh, were you here at the time that the robber happens?"
Yeah.
Yes, I was. And he stuck a gun in my face. I can tell you exactly where he was, how tall he was, what gun he used. I saw some of the serial numbers from it, and when he was flipping open his wallet to pretend that he was giving me a bank slip, I saw part of his ID, and so I think I can give you a good assessment. Hold on, sir. You were way too close to the scene. You cannot give me an accurate description. You are too biased. You want revenge. You want to keep your job so the bank stays open. You were in the heat of the moment and you want to be a hero.
That's right.
You're too biased.
Too biased, yeah, because you were too much a part of what was going on. You can't have perspective on it.
You have vested interest in this.
That's right. Yeah.
And so even more so if you are going out of Judaism into this new cult Christianity, if you're a leader of the church, if you are of the impression that God is going to save you from your sins, that you can reign with him in perpetual paradise for all eternity.
And if you're being, persecuted for saying this, right?
Right. Although that might work the other way. And so Greek
you're
and
too biased, right?
Right. So Greek and Roman historians believed ideal eyewitnesses were participants in an event who were able to draw on their experience to interpret its significance rather than dispassionate observers. And so, there are a number of podcasts out there that try and do this version. So you have a certain historical podcast that attempts to say, "Oh, what if I'm like a Martian and I'm coming in and I'm viewing this?" Well, that's good to try and get a dispassionate view because you can become too passionate. Right. If you're talking about the start of World War II and you had a family member die at Pearl Harbor, you might have an offset view of, well, maybe that was the best course of action for the Japanese to take. And so you might not be able to have a dispassionate view to assess that question.
Right.
But to say that...
But eyewitnesses they're not giving usually an assessment. They're just telling what they saw.
Right.
Right. And so, now can you be biased about what you've seen? I guess you can. Mm-hmm. Right. But, generally speaking, who else would we talk with?
Right. And so you might lose some of that historical or that cultural or why was he saying that? And so I'm going to tell you, well, I said you are the Christ, and then I denied Jesus his ability to carry out that function. He told me, "Get behind me, Satan." Mm-hmm. Well, okay, let me go into an explanation why he said that. So I'm going to provide you a very negative aspect to me to show exactly why he's responding. And so I'm going to give that. So there's
so make yourself look dumb.
Yeah. Right. So, if you're in a battle and you're watching two sides fight each other and you're Cicero or whoever, and you want someone from a point of view that's the eyewitness that is able to be able to draw from not only their experience of this is why we did something, because sometimes warfare is weird, and why did you pivot on the left side? Why not the right side? Mm-hmm. Why not go straight up the middle? Right. That person can give you that kind of
perspective
overview.
And yeah.
So it's not and it's really hard to find these dispassionate observers. You lose something in there, and so. If you're going to say that these men are from a cultural viewpoint of Greek and Roman historians, if they've been trained in the same way that scribes and scholars attempt to take records, then this comes about this way. So Ehrman is correct to argue that eyewitnesses don't always necessarily get things completely right. Right? We always use the example of a car crash or something happening really quickly. Oh, it was a green car. Oh, it was a red car. He was wearing a red jacket. He was wearing a red hat, not a red jacket. Come on now. But if the Gospels are based on eyewitness testimony, it seems sensible to assume that eyewitnesses were passionate about making sure the events surrounding the life of Jesus were reported accurately. So I can tell you what it was like for my firstborn to be born. I was really passionate about it, but I wanted to be accurate because I want to tell you how interesting that was. to me. You might not find it interesting, but I find it super interesting.
Yeah. And your bank teller illustration, right? Clearly the bank teller can be passionate but still accurate, right? Because he wants to make sure that this gets told right, so this guy is put away.
Yeah, it doesn't happen again. Doesn't come back.
Yeah,
I can take him out and put him in jail so he doesn't come back and take me out as a eyewitness to his mob crime or whatever the normal story goes.